Line. Wait, that's from Qualcomm. Mom, I've been playing for 2 days straight. There's nothing to do. Let us shake hands in confidence and our imminent success. So McD stories premiered on the Twitter homepage, and within 5 minutes it was clear that people weren't going to harp on about the time they got free extra sauce with their McNuggets. Instead, they were going to tell McHorror stories. Here's just a select few. A McFingernail in my fries. A woman McSoliciting McSex in the drive-thru lane. I looked this one up, by the way, it's true. My friend claims that Ronald McDonald exposed himself to her as a child. Awful. McRats in the buns. Yikes, this one's real too.
Go make it funny. You're gonna find at least 3 graves. They got droppings on them.
Oh god, make it stop. Someone stop it now. But it was gaining traction. More and more people were publishing their negative stories on the hashtag. And once they had used all those up, it progressed to just making up stuff for shock value. Story. I ate McDonald's as a kid, and I'm pretty sure that's why my father left. Closed eyes, sad face. I once saw I can't say that. But that'll make anyone grimace. Thank you. Within 2 hours, they pulled down the advertising campaign and, in instead, put up a far more innocuous Little Things. They had a few minor trolls there too, but it quickly faded into obscurity. The media jumped on the story, case studies were written, and lessons were learned about not giving the public an in. Or were they?
He's already dead.
July 1st, 2016. Create your own custom burger on this McDonald's website.
Bun, meat patty, semen.
Name your creation. Have McDonald's not. A poem, if you will. The sad European, a thin privilege to go. Bag of lettuce, no tissues. Mein Kampf, just so. The atheist delight, with a side of fries. The toddler body bag, with double ketchup surprise. Pepe the sandwich, a red meal for 10 times the price. A tip for my lady, this one's gluten-free. It's still not too late to vote for Bernie. Whopper, no onions. Anatomical sandwich. Just grow up, you guys. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to shower off Ron's creamy surprise. See, this is you clown. Yeah. Naturally, the press seized on it as much as the general public did, laughing at all the dumb sandwiches while also condemning them. Guys, come on, guys, this isn't funny, come on. The website was shut down and not much remains. Except for these. And also this text document I found, which has a bunch of other sandwich names. What ingredients were involved and what they look like, though, you'll have to use your imagination. Next slide, please. Prophylactics are serious business. Let us shake hands in both a fun and safe manner. I see this one is written for my pleasure. Early 2013, Durex launches a revolutionary new app. SOS Condoms. Download, select the product, enter your location, and a condom will be delivered to you within an hour. Oh, perfect timing. Their emphasis was on discretion and anonymity when delivering the goods, and the delivery drivers were in disguise. Pizza delivery guy, police officer. I'm not sure if that's legal. A gimmick to be sure. And some people thought it was an out-of-season April Fool's joke. But people tried it out and it really worked. So they rolled the service out over the tip of Dubai, of all places. But after its first week, the government shut it down, citing it as promoting promiscuity. Booted out, they had a tough time deciding where to launch next. Guys, let's let the audience decide with another online poll. Oh, for fuck's sake. So people jumped on the website and started voting. Tens of thousands of votes were counted, with some of the major contenders being Paris, Singapore, Kuala Lumpur, and London.
From South Africa to move away from this.
All of them were outshined, with the most votes counted for Batman, a small conservative Muslim city in Turkey.
But that the object is less dangerous than tampering with the laws of Mother Nature.
The internet rejoiced. Another marketing campaign to add to the KD Facebook post went out from SOS Condoms congratulating Batman and to stay tuned for more to come. But there was no more to come, so to speak. The campaign was promptly stopped. SOS Condoms never opened Batman. SOS Condoms never opened anywhere ever again. They went silent for months. Everyone moved on. SOS Condoms deleted their account and slipped forever away into obscurity. Pizza is serious business. DiGiorno does frozen pizza and they have a substantial social media presence. Domestic violence is bad. Bold statements only on this channel. Well, Twitter had a hashtag for National Domestic Violence Awareness Day. People were sharing their harrowing stories with the hashtag #WhyIStay. These were all quite serious and dealt with some delicate and sensitive issues. Then here comes DiGiorno throwing on the accelerator, no funds given, driving right through the front door. They had pizza.
Hee, that was a great tweet. I bet everyone is loving it.
New blueprints in...
Precisely 0.1 seconds after they posted it, they must have realized it wasn't the wisest move. And they apologized, but the media got involved. So they kept apologizing.
I'm sorry.
They couldn't stop apologizing.
I'm sorry.
They just...
I promise you never again. I'm so sorry. It was terrible. I couldn't be more sorry. Please accept my deepest apologies.
Relax.
I understand.
Naming your baby is serious business. Put it to the internet, this Canadian couple said. Trust in the kindness and sensibility of strangers. It was Cthulhu Hallspark. Next. Do you know what kerning is? It's important in Britain. It's essentially the proportional spacing between fonts. Why does it matter? Well, sometimes two letters close to each other can look like a single letter. Let's see. Alright, stop. Let me finish up with a little bit of a behind-the-meme style history lesson. In the early 2010s, brands were only just finding their foothold in social media. They didn't quite understand how to connect with their audience. The tendency was to be a bit overly formal, stuffy, not quite fun. That is until Dens came along with a game-changing Tumblr account. They started actually having a good time, and it appealed to fellow Zoomers, such as myself. It took a little while, but soon other brands copied onto the strategy. Arby's started posting memes, Wendy's dropped a mixtape, and then went into a WWE-style feud back and forth with Burger King and McDonald's. And Gen Zers, such as myself.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Now, that's not to say they all figured it out. Other brands attempted it too, but without committing fully, they failed to get the same appeal. So, into the late 2010s, things were going pretty great. It was a little content renaissance.
Chick-fil-A is officially America's favorite fast food restaurant.
Imagine if we opened on Sundays, had to give everyone else, like Wendy's, a chance to make money.
Your mom is a hoe.
Steak even broke down the whole phenomenon on Twitter and in articles, and I'd like to turn that into a full video soon. But, with all these related memes floating around, people were starting to feel a little pandered to. Very relatable. Nice, that's relatable. Yeah, relatable. Relatable. Okay. Everything's getting so fucking relatable, it's actually kind of annoying. Guys, we get it. You're relatable. Just stop relating. Stop. Enough. That's it. I can't take it anymore. Alright. Silence crabs. And so a new meme was born. The spider crab with late... M&M's pushing something or other. Take that, brand. Hey, fellow Gen Zers. Silence, brand. And it became a long and enduring meme.
OMG, I feel that. That is such a mood. relatable AF.
Silence.
Sometimes a few brands could crack through it.
Silence Twitter.
But for the most part, this crab has become the quality control of Twitter. An apex predator shutting down lesser brands. God bless it. Alright, it's time to stop. That's enough business for today. Thank you for attending my seminar. Here are the patrons. Thank you very much. And look, mwah, mwah. See you at movie night. Mwah. Also, I have other videos on the second channel. Sonic cried a little, and Tails put his hand under his face to catch the tears. The chef should have dipped some on his finger, and then insisted the host. And also, Shadow Raid Legions on the Nintendo GameCube. It's actually really fun to play while you're watching telly doing stuff. Use the link.
I have found the location of another object.
Good. I really hope this one tells us something we need.
I'll stay by.
That's how you get holiday ready.
Signal location uploaded to PDA. If you are tired of hearing the word oxygen, the air bladder provides a significant upward thrust to help you get to air faster.
Pursue your degree with a purpose. We're so confident in you. Your first year is on us. Apply and schedule a visit by January 5th.
Coney 2012 is the story of a man, Jason Russell, and his relentless quest to stop Ugandan warlord, Joseph Coney. Let's begin where the action started. On March 5th, 2012, a charity called Invisible Children published a high-production video called Coney 2012. It was an awareness campaign seeking to mobilize action to capture or kill Ugandan Joseph Coney.
And the goal of the story was to make Coney famous.
30 minutes long, it really tried to pull at your heartstrings.
At the end of my life, I want to say that the world we've left behind is one that Gavin can be proud of. A place that doesn't allow Joseph Coney's child soldiers.
And little Gavin would have been proud, because it took off like no video
Vital signs stabilizing.
We wanted 500,000 views in the whole year of 2012. We got 500,000 views in the first 3 hours.
It received 100 million views in the first 6 days. 1.4 million likes. Click that link in the description below. They clicked it so hard the website went down, and their email was so inundated that the service provider assumed it was an attack and temporarily pulled the plug. The Times named it the most viral video ever. It raised the charity over $20 million. People really went fucking bananas for this video and those Ugandan kids. 4 million hashtags. People changed their Facebook profiles, so you knew it was a big deal. A fan-made mobile game. You woke about Joseph Coney. Yeah, but are you woke enough to get a tattoo? People were up for pretty much anything to stop Coney, as long as it didn't involve any practical action. One like equals one saved child. But who is Joseph Coney and what's all the fuss? Well, he's the leader of the Lord's Resistance Army, LRA.
My God, you crazy.
And he really is one of the most evil people living today. Imagine the worst crime you can think of committing, and he'll have done it thousands of times over.
Takes children, makes them kill their parents and eat their parents.
The surviving girls would be kept as sex slaves, and the boys conscripted into the LRA as child soldiers.
I know, it's kind of a bummer.
It's all part of a civil conflict that's been going on for 30 years. We'll get into the details later, but for now, consider this our one-dimensional bad guy. And here's our protagonist, Jason Russell, the figurehead of Coney 2012 and Invisible Children. He's a devout Christian, stereotypically Californian.
I do consider myself a refined valley dude.
But he has a bad boy side, too. So it all starts in 2003, when, as a naive and aspiring filmmaker, he goes to Uganda with two friends in search of a story. While driving through a rural village,
A car was shot in front of us by a rebel army who was led by a guy named Joseph Kony.
they drive to a city for safety and find this. Turns out it's part of a nightly routine. Kids live in the villages, but commute to the city to sleep there to avoid being kidnapped in midnight raids by the MRA.
Thousands and thousands of kids without an adult in sight.
Jason had found his story. And a cause. It must have made a real impression on him, because for the next 10 years he dedicated himself, almost exclusively, to trying to improve things in Uganda and stop Kony. Kony 2012 was the culmination, but in the preceding years he tried a bunch of other schemes. This.
White's Daily Broadcast, about where the LRA is and where they're active.
And this.
Do what we always do. Dance.
This is all real.
We're on a mission for Uganda deep inside your mind. It needs attention and a dance to make it sparkle and shine. We gotta shake it up, break it up, let the war without a gun.
Naturally, questions have been raised about his sexual orientation.
All these other rumors too that you were gay.
Yeah, I've heard those rumors. Yeah. Parents started a large children's theater organization, so I am theatrical.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Straight men are allowed to enjoy musicals. It's current year. Back to Kony 2012. So the video lays out a plan called Color the Night. Here's what you do. Pay $30 for your super special Kony action kit. Oh. It's nice. In the kit, you'll find 5 items. Button, bracelet, stickers, shirt, and these posters. Then, on April 20th, in the dead of night, go out and vandalize your town with awareness.
Wake up to hundreds of thousands of posters demanding justice on every corner.
It was going to be amazing. Everyone was on board. The countdown to April 20th had begun, and all Jason and Co had to do was keep the momentum going and not fuck it up.
Critics say the film manipulates the facts. Simplifying the story. You're simplifying a wildly complex issue. Hey, Joseph Kony and his forces have been significantly reduced pro-war activism. Utterly naive.
By next week, it's going to be a passing fad.
These white Westerners sort of getting on a bandwagon, and actually they haven't got a clue what they're talking about.
Make organizing your home your first New Year's resolution with Menard Storage
In the
Products.
control room, you can change face lighting.
With storage crates and totes, and keep them all organized with a new shelving unit. Menards has all the storage solutions to simplify your life inside and out. Save big money at Menards.
One app with infinite possibilities. Get it today in the App Store.
Actually, they haven't got a clue what they're talking about.
A day or two later, the heady excitement gave way to more down-to-earth analysis. Media commentators started making scathing critiques of the video. Testimony from Uganda wasn't entirely positive either.
It's unfortunate that we can have people who are merchandising, but using people's problems.
Then it got really serious. Teenage girls started weighing in.
Ponies, right? That's my mom, and my mom laughs and goes, he died like 5 years ago.
This is wrong, by the way, but it was seen by 4 million people. From a source of my mum said it, so it must be true. The term slacktivism started cropping up more and more. Legitimate questions were asked. How will the money donated be spent?
That invisible children would send would have to go to the Ugandan military,
Why did you put your son in the film?
Why would you put your son in the film? Why did you put yourself in the film? Those questions about our sisters.
Why are they saying Coney is in Uganda when he's actually in the Central African Republic? Invisible Children wasn't popular among other charities either. They were hogging the limelight. And they released Coney 2012 just 2 days before International Women's Day, a critical fundraising time for some. Even the Ugandan Prime Minister took a few jabs.
We do not need a sleek video on YouTube for us to take notice.
Once people started feeling misled, they turned against the organization and squared the blame on one person. The pressure was building. Online backlash and a hectic schedule was starting to take a toll.
My phone was getting 10 text messages every second.
Millions of supporters on one side, millions of critics on the other.
On and on and on.
Made Coney famous? Well, it made Jason famous too. And the pressure kept increasing. He was flying all over the country to spread his message.
Took the red eye to New York, landed at 5 in the morning.
Working around the clock.
On the Today Show, People Magazine, Reuters. By day 3, I was in LA doing interview after interview after interview. 17 interviews in 48 hours.
Wow. He was sleeping less and becoming more erratic.
Not being able to sleep. Not being able to stop my racing mind.
Criticism from every direction.
And it was like, you're the worst. You're terrible. And Coney's dead.
They started saying the whole project was for his ego, or based on greed. And not just criticism, responsibility. How are you going to stop children from being murdered, Jason? You promised a solution, Jason. When are you going to deliver, Coney?
At the end of that day, my mind was exhausted.
To release the pressure, he and his family tried to take a couple of days off by going to Palm Springs. The people recognized him there too, so they hid away in their hotel room with the curtains closed. Jason was starting to crack. Paranoia, delusions of grandeur. He went with his family to see the Lorax, and he thought the film was speaking to him directly. Voices in Jason's head told him that he needed to get to New York in the next 12 hours, or Coney would win, whatever that meant. Then, he stripped off all of his clothes and ran out into the street.
I was on a street in San Diego, totally naked and crazy out of my mind. Someone driving by in a car took a video on their phone, and they sold it to TMZ for $30,000. And then my naked and crazy mess went viral as well.
Some have said that he was jacking it, and that he was on drugs. Neither is true. It's just a very distressed man having a mental episode.
Were you also masturbating? Did I hear that too?
No one who was there ever said that that was happening. I'm naked, so it's not a far extension of, imagination.
He was taken to the hospital, not jail.
When they showed up, they didn't see any of that, and was taken to a local medical facility that he was not arrested.
And there, he thought the staff were trying to kill him.
Just one of those things where I'm like, I don't believe what you're saying. You're trying to kill me.
He ran around in his underwear, kicking in doors until eventually he was subdued and sedated.
Did you come back to yourself as you know yourself?
2 weeks.
2 weeks? 2 weeks, whoa.
Yeah.
Later on, one Sharona Reed tried to sue Mr. Russell for the trauma of having to see him do naked calisthenics. As far as I can tell, though, that lawsuit went nowhere.
Can you think of anything else that's worse than running around naked going like this on TMZ?
Well, maybe one thing. While all of this was happening, the countdown to the day of action was still ticking. Thousands of kits had been sold. Get ready for an awareness campaign so effective you'll think you're living in Uganda. The kids rolled out into the street. Selfie sticks and posters ready. Let's do it. Let's save those kids. We're changing the world. Oh, God, yes. But it wasn't really what they intended. Some took it as a chance to vandalize their neighborhood community. The adults were left to clean up the mess. And despite the impression you might get from this fancy montage, The turnout was abysmal. Here are some figures. Toronto, 50,000 people registered. Real attendance, 50. Sydney, 18,000 people registered. Real attendance, 12. Montreal, 4,800 registered. Real attendance, 0. Instead, they cancelled their event and put up a post calling Invisible Children a fraud organization. This is what 4 million Coney hashtags gets you. Now, I bet you want to know where Invisible Children, Jason Russell, and Coney are now.
Hey there, it's Josh. Welcome back to Let's Game It Out. Today we're playing Cooking Sim and Cooking Sim. That's twice the chances to be horrible in the kitchen. You know what else is exciting? This video is sponsored by Amazon Prime Video. You probably already know, but New World, Amazon's massively multiplayer RPG, is available right now only on PC. But what you might not know is that Prime Video has joined forces with the New World team to wheel out some sweet in-game items inspired by their brand new TV series, The Wheel of Time. We're talking coats, cloaks, blades, and a family crest. So how do you get these things in New World? Well, from now until January 12th at 12 a.m. Pacific, all you gotta do is head on over to twitch.tv, log in, make sure your profile is set to online, and watch any New World broadcast marked with the Drops Enabled tag. That way you'll start earning towards these rewards. And the more you watch, the more you earn. If you watch 7 cumulative hours of New World Drops Enabled streams between now and January 12th at 12 a.m. Pacific, you can earn up to all 7 items. And speaking of watching stuff, the entire Season 1 of The Wheel of Time is available right now, exclusively on Amazon Prime Video. So thank you again to Prime Video for sponsoring. Welcome to Cooking Sim. I'm gonna assume we're here in our luxurious apartment before we head on over to the real kitchen to do some cooking for the people. Our day is just starting, so let's make a nice power breakfast. You know, we have all these recipes that we can make, but they're obviously dinner things. Where's all the breakfast items? Oh, here's a couple. Sausage and egg muffin, or its distant cousin, sausage and egg muffin with bacon. So we'll order one of those, as well as one of these, and whatever this is because it has an egg on it. Now we gotta make this quick, so we're gonna make all 3 at once. Let's get the kitchen prepped. On. Don't know if we'll need these, but on and on. Not to mention the other side of the kitchen, where we have a little bit of on and on, with a dash of on and on. And also we're gonna use this surface to warm up all of our utensils. I don't know if you know this, but it's much easier to cook in the kitchen when everything hurts to pick up. On here, same with the cutting board, as well as the blender top and this pan, as well as all 4 of these baking trays. Excellent. Oh, and it looks like we have 4 knives here that need going too. What the hell happened to this one? Was I drunk when I was putting this away? Well, whatever. Don't let me down, pot. Don't let me down, stool. Okay, yeah, that should about do it. Keep all that stuff warm for us. Okay, let's make a basic list in our minds of what we're gonna need. Garlic, potato, rosemary, twig, and egg. And the sausage and egg muffin has cheddar, egg, English muffin, and pork breakfast sausage. And the one with bacon is all the things of the other one, but with bacon and apparently some barbecue sauce. Okay, great. Easy peasy. Ingredients. Get in my bucket. Squeezy. Okay, so we got our base level ingredients here, including potatoes, cheese, garlic, and bacon. And for spices, I think we have those. Ah, yes, right over there. 1 rosemary twig, which we're gonna throw right onto the grill, you know, to just kind of pre-crisp it. Oh, and you know what? I forgot the eggs. God, where are they? Oh, there they are. Hanging out with the asparagus and the strawberries, as you do. Oh, I gotta pick these up one at a time. Ah, come here, bucket. I have need of you. Okay, this is much easier. Now it's time to take these over to the counter. Oh, no! God, gotta watch those corners. Okay, well, time for round 2, I guess. Okay, now, Josh, be more careful this time. Just go ahead and gingerly put them all on the table. It's a feast. Now it's time to grab your favorite knife that's hotter than the surface of the sun. We gotta start by chopping these potatoes. Go ahead and just chop right on the surface of the counter. Can't let these eggs feel left out either. You would not believe my surprise that you can't chop through the eggs. But that's okay. I bet one of these baking trays will do the job. Okay, hold still and pulverize. That'll do it. You know, I'm not actually sure if we can get this off the counter. But you know, I'm okay with some alternative eating. What is it they sometimes say? To make an omelet, sometimes you have to use eggshells instead because you broke all the eggs. I believe that was the term. Now make sure to use your baking tray to just get everything in the pot. Yeah, like that. Yep, that seems ready to go. Eggshells, potato, bacon, and cheddar. Big breakfast of champions. Can't forget my rosemary twig. Okay, so if I recall, one of the recipes called for barbecue sauce. But I think instead for this, we're gonna make our own special blend. Right here on the floor. The dignified way to do things. First, we're gonna start with some honey. Hope you're as excited as I am. Delish. Into that, we're gonna add some ketchup. Just some generous swirls. And then over here, we're gonna add a little bit of spice. Let's see, and I'm looking for a certain seasoning. Ah, there it is. Sugar. Go ahead and add all of that. This is America, after all. And we're gonna finish it off with this barrel of light beer. Just get in there. And don't forget, you want to use all of it. Excellent. You know, and while you're at it, why not have a little bit for yourself, too? Hey, now that you've got your delicious mixture, just go ahead and free pour that right into the gentle. Potentially radioactive, just the way we like it. Okay, am I forgetting anything? Oh, the English muffin part. Right. I like to keep them tucked behind this plant here, because you want them a little bit stale. All right, dump them in. There we go. And I think now it's time to plate. Whoops, I just poured a whole bunch of boiling hot liquid all over myself. And let's go ahead and eat in front of the computer. Time to dig in. I feel a little heavy in my tummy after eating this. Can't imagine why. Well, I know we need to go to the kitchen and do some work. It's in like one of those buildings over there. But you know, we've got this new remote system that I think we're gonna use where we can pop in with VR, so why don't we just do that? Here goes nothing. Ah, what's that?
Welcome, Joshua L. Gametout.
Hello?
Welcome to your remote kitchen virtual interface.
Thanks. Hey, where are you?
Don't worry yourself about that. Just know that I am here to keep an eye on you.
Okay.
We're experiencing high restaurant volume today, so we will need you to work extra hard.
Hey, is this thing up here where you're coming out of?
I'm all around you, and I'm always watching. Please, do not do anything that would compromise my presence.
Oh, thank God that shut it up for now. So let's have a quick tour of the kitchen, shall we? The kitchen looks like you'd imagine, except we have a greater ability to interact with everything we see in exciting new ways. And for the first time ever, I can use both hands to pick things up. I did notice one downside, though. They've reinforced all the screens. What a sad world where I can't destroy all the flat screens. That's okay, we'll make do. Beyond that, everything looks pretty good, though. We got all of our baking trays. We got plenty of dishes, which when you drop them, do exactly what you want them to do. And the best part is it never gets old. We've also got the old deep fryer, the hand blender, which I'm going to use to rearrange my virtual face, 6 beautiful gas-powered burners, an oven that's probably built to last, and of course our glorious fridge, which we're going to leave gloriously open from now on. Oh, and look, there's me right there. I really am a floating set of hands. How'd you like this creep show creating all of your meals? And I gotta tell you, in VR, nothing feels quite as good as picking your own individual herbs and promptly throwing them on the ground. Who knew that littering could feel so good? And let's see, can I still do all my old favorites? And by that I mean pick up a bottle. What the hell, how about 2 bottles? And let's just, test the structural integrity of these bottles. Yep, that's the reality I was hoping for. Awesome. I feel like I'm in the New York City subway now. Oh, this is just delightful. I am never gonna get tired of doing stuff like this. Being able to trash things with my own 2 hands. Dream fully realized. Oh God, what now?
System reboot successful. Hello, Chef Gametout. We have a busy day ahead of us, so let's get started.
No, I'm not done with my tour yet.
You didn't say the magic word.
I'm not done with my tour yet, please?
No, you idiot. There is no magic word now. Please review the closest TV screen to see current orders waiting for you.
Fine. You want me to make all of this?
It's only 3 meals. Are you competent enough for that? Look at that hamburger. A child could make that.
Hey, do you want to come down here and make this stuff?
Why not take that anger and put it into your cooking? Over and out.
Stupid virtual British lady. So I guess it looks like we're making a hamburger, German potato salad, and steak with french fries. Let's go ahead and prep our kitchen, and I think you know what that means. On, fill, and fill. Ah, liquid gold. Top oven on, bottom oven on, all 6 glorious burners on. It's just so lovely. Not to mention the oven, and of course our trusty grill. Look at that, you can see the heat lines already. I guess we're gonna start with the burger, which I already disagree with this item list. Who wants just tomato, onion, and cheddar on it? If we're gonna be that sad, we're gonna do it with some style. Come here, bucket. We're gonna make this right.
You are not screwing around in here, are you?
What, me? Screw around? What do you think? So we have 2 tomatoes. Add in one of these onions. Now let's add some lettuce. Where is it? Maybe it's in one of the drawers. Oh my God. Do you see how big these eggs are? Are you serious? It's like a dinosaur egg. I'm sorry, was like a dinosaur egg. Anyway, I'm not seeing lettuce around here, so I guess we're going with Brussels sprouts. We're also gonna need copious amounts of ground beef, because surely we're not gonna get this right the first time, so might as well have some extra. And now let's step over all this broken glass to get the ketchup. In you go. You know, I should start doing my grocery shopping this way. Just throw all your stuff into a big red bucket. And let's see, we need some pepper, allspice, good enough, and gonna need a bun. Left out in the open and totally stale, just the way we like it. Okay, things are looking up. Now we want to make sure to pre-grease everything. Let's see, is this olive oil? Okay, perfect. So what we're gonna want to do is put just a little spattering, and then just kind of smear it around with your hands. You just want to do a little dabble here and there. A little pre-seasoning, if you will. Pretty sure this is exactly how the pros do it. And sometimes this one I'm just gonna put a J for Josh. My god, that actually looks kinda nice. Well, color me and the floor impressed. Okay, and with everything properly prepped, let's get started on the actual burger part. Allspice, get out. So everything's gonna go on here, and then we're gonna... Burger patties, no. Well, I guess some of it just had to return to its home planet. So we're gonna toast the bun, which I thought we had two, but whatever. And we're gonna put the patties even ends. Oh, you can cook just quadrants of it? Well, it looks like we're making designer burgers today, where we rest everything on a weird angle, and we give the patties that kind of yin and yang exposure. I like to call this design the Doctor Strange facial hair. Well, while we let that sit, let's see what else we got going on here. Let's check out this German potato salad. What? Potato salad without mayonnaise? This is an outrage. And I will be modifying this recipe accordingly. Now first, where do we have the mayo? We don't keep mayo in a tall bottle like a couple of weirdos do we? Do we not have any mayo? Getting so upset. After all, every single person on the planet loves mayo. Oh, hello. Not really sure what to make of this, except that it seems to disappear when I look directly at it. But if I look at it from this angle, what the hell is this? Is this like cosmic bacon? Is it caused by these burgers? Because I'm not gonna change my recipe. Well, it doesn't seem to be hurting anyone, so I guess it's fine. Anyway, what was I saying about mayo? Oh, that's right. Everybody on the planet 100% loves mayo. And since we don't have any in the kitchen, we're just gonna have to make our own. And I can't remember exactly how to make it, but I bet we can wing it just fine. Step 1, oil. Step 2, 1 giant egg. Oh, look at that. We can cover it with a bowl. Hey, do you want to see a magic trick? Follow the egg. Ready? Here we go. Hoo, ha, ha, hoo. Okay, quick. Which one has the egg in it? Just kidding. None of them do. Pretty great magic trick, right? Okay, where was I? Oh, don't forget to check on the burgers from time to time. Yep, looks like it can use a flip. Just on the edge, though. I like to call this one Continents of the World. See, what you want here is you want a little bit cooked, completely raw, and then, oops, all burnt. We're just gonna lay this one on the bun to cool. Anyway, grab yourself another egg. Add this next to the oil. And, of course, we're gonna need a little salt, a little mustard. Let's make some magic. For that, we're gonna make it in the bizarrely large food processor. Why is everything such a crazy size in this game? I've never seen a food processor so big you could put it on your head. Anyway, go ahead and walk this thing back over to your creation station. And now it's time to go ahead and assemble. Step 1, egg. Step 2, all the oil. Step 3, mustard for days. And then round it out with this giant salt. I think we're ready to blend. Here goes nothing. And as you can see, we're being the most safe. No lid for us. We want to be able to reach our hand in while it's on. Okay, it looks pretty well blended. Go ahead and dispose of the bottle in your pile of other bottles. Now it's time to make that